Hello friends, welcome to the new Lean. My name is Srijana Yadav. Today I would want to discuss specifically the issue which is the air pollution. Air pollution is very significant and I think it's important for us to realize the gravity of the situation and also realize how environmental degradation and climate change are actually hitting us right in front of our face. In that particular context, I would want to specifically underline a very important finding of the World Health Organization. World Health Organization clearly said that 14 out of 15 most polluted cities in the world are in India, and especially Delhi is one of the most polluted city in the country. Having said this, India stands in second position after China in absolute number of deaths due to air pollution. This brings us to another important fact that estimated loss due to air pollution alone in India could be 0.85% of GDP. So after establishing this context, I would want to talk about the recent update related to air pollution in Delhi NCR and what are the steps that we have taken. In a first of its kind, the center has come up with a law that is specifically an ordinance for tackling air pollution in Delhi NCR, and it has set up a commission for it. So now setting up this commission is not something new, but however coming from the center is first of its kind. So the commission will have the authority to shut down or regulate any water supply or electricity supply to the industries or sites which cause air pollution. It will also have the powers to seize and search under the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 and also an issue a warrant. See, the ordinance titled as Commission for Air Quality Management in National Capital Region and Adjoining Areas 2020. So like I mentioned before, this is the first time that the center has formed a legislative commission for air pollution. This is not to say that we did not have any other initiatives before this, but however this is first of its kind coming from the center. And most importantly, the significant feature of this commission is it has huge penalties, that is 1 crore and 5-year jail term for those who are flouting the air pollution norms. So now after knowing the recent update, I would want to also talk about the various actions that we have taken previously. So like I mentioned before, this is not the first ever attempt that we made to address air pollution specifically, but however we've had various other programs like the National Clean Air Program, we had National Air Quality Monitoring Program, we also have the SUFFER Index, the National Ambient Air Quality Standards where we could monitor the air quality standards on hourly basis across certain cities in the country. Also this we had specifically related to Delhi, that is called Graded Actions Response Plan, which dealt with addressing the air pollution concerns in Delhi. So apart from this, we also had another important significant body which is now till today, as of today, is dissolved after the new commission that has been set up, is Environment Pollution Prevention and Control Authority, that is called EPCA, which is formed as early as 1998, that is 2 decades before. I think this is kind of bizarre at this point in time because having recognized the importance of air pollution and how to tackle it, almost 2 decades ago, we still coming back to the square one, realizing the more gravity of the situation as of today. So that also means that the EPCA has not been quite successful, and to put it in a more blunt fashion, I think it has miserably failed even after being in place for 20 odd years. So EPCA had very limited functions, very limited powers. Maybe that's also one of the reasons why it could not effectively function. And other important facet of EPCA which has been not being very fruitful is the coordination with the states. I think that particular aspect is hugely missing in the workings of EPCA. So we know how EPCA has worked. Now we also know the update on the recent development, and I think the problems related to air pollution is not just one problem. It's not related to only Delhi city or the state of Delhi alone, but there are multiple factors involved in it, we all like to attribute the stubble burning issue that happens in Haryana and Punjab. We also have huge vehicular pollution and other industrial pollution coming from Uttar Pradesh. We also have the problem of stubble burning in certain districts of Rajasthan too. So this brings us to a very important point that any particular action or any specific commission or a law or a legislation related to address the issue of air pollution in Delhi NCR needs a very larger, broader horizon. Specifically bringing in all these states, Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, to a single platform where there is huge consensus among accepted consensus among all these parties, bringing in scientific advisors, bringing in environmental activists, environmentalists, and also various organizations working on it. Because when a problem is persisting over a period of 2 decades, I think it's important that the approach that we have towards that particular problem needs a radical overhaul. That radical overhaul needs a very bottom-up approach than a top-down legislative push. In this front, we also need to look for very long-term sustainable solutions for the air pollution problem. Addressing vehicular pollution is something very important. I think moving to e-vehicles is something the world across the world many countries are doing, and it's also important for us to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. We also have a very important guideline or a goal by the government of India that is being set, that by 2040 we want to decrease our limit our consumption of fossil fuels to 40% and improve our dependence on clean energy. So I think that's a very ambitious target, but however we need to work towards it. And more specifically, the issue of waste burning is something that we all need to focus. And on this note, we have a very important recommendation coming from Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who said that the straw burning or stubble burning needs to commercialize, or we need to look for alternatives of biomass consumption where ethanol production can be done from this, where energy from waste can be considered, and most importantly various solutions such as addressing the cropping patterns, addressing the receding water tables in certain states can give us much more larger yields. So having touched upon all these aspects in this particular update, I would also want to focus on one issue very categorically. Is we need not just ad hoc solutions that we bring up a new solution every winter season or every Diwali season, or discuss about environmental degradation and climate change. I think even if we skip for one season, it's fine, but we need to have a very long term strategy which has specific short term goals and which has sustainable long term goals which can actually address this problem. Because in the rise of pandemic, we have realized how important the health infrastructure and preventive mechanisms can make a huge difference. So in that light, air pollution problem, stubble burning problem in Delhi NCR needs a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder management and also consensus that can build in a larger understanding of environmental protection and importance of climate change. I think that's where I would want to leave this, so that we build a larger discussion and narrative, not just seasoned. It cannot be a seasoned debate. It cannot be an ad hoc approach. It needs a larger holistic approach to this very particular problem, because it can set precedent for not just air pollution but many other problems that we have. For that matter, waste management, for that matter, we have urban planning, for that matter, industrial pollution, ocean pollution, plastic pollution. So setting a precedent of this nature would open a large window for us to address other problems too. I think it's high time we set up precedents than running behind problems. That will give us a larger, broader perspective towards issues. Thank you.